Hey everybody, how's everyone
Hey,
doing
guys.
tonight? We want to welcome you to Highway Student Life Live.
Woo!
My name is Pastor Matt. If you guys are the first time viewer here, if you haven't been here in a while, my name is Pastor Matt. This is
Liz.
my lovely wife Liz, my
Hey, guys.
partner in crime. We are so excited that you joined us tonight. It's been a crazy week. I'm not even sure what day it is. Like it's just been.
It's Wednesday, Pastor Matt.
It's Wednesday. I mean, I know that now, but it's like days just kind of run together. And but we are so glad you joined us. So we're going to give everyone just a second to get on. So give us a thumbs up. Let us know how you're doing in the comments. Before we start, though, make sure that you grab a paper Bible and something to write notes with. We're going to do something similar to what we've been doing in the past, but we make sure, obviously, you need a paper Bible because if you're on your phone watching this and you exit out to go to the Bible, it shuts it down. So we want you to be able to hear everything. We want you to stay connected. If you make sure you can hear us, give us a thumbs up. Let us know how you're doing. I think we got quite a few people on here right now. We're just so glad to hang out with you in this aspect. And we're going to play a game here in just a second.
But I want to take this
super
time as
exciting.
we're waiting for people to kind of catch up. Share the link out to your friends. I mean, right now, if you sit there, you can go to, let me copy it. You press the little dots, you press copy link, and then you can share it all out.
Yeah, it's easy.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
super easy.
Send this link right now to someone, maybe who you've tried to invite to church before, or to youth before, and they're like they haven't come yet. Maybe someone who came a long time ago, but they haven't been here in a while.
Yep.
Like we said before, this is a great way. Like literally, just open the link and watch. My youth pastor do something stupid and talk for a little bit. Like it's not bad at all. Like they can easily do this. So
Send it to your parents. Send it to my mom.
yeah, send it to your parents.
Actually,
Some
I'm
of your
gonna do
parents
that
are
right
watching right now, but we are just so thankful to be with you. We want to know how everyone's doing. Everyone's saying hi, Bailey, Tyler, Clorox. Who is Clorox? I need to know. Tell me your name. Andrew, Hannah, Hayden, Kendall, everyone, Nick. We are so thankful you joined on with us tonight. Liz is sharing the link right now with some people.
Just shared it.
We're talking to you. Who else is here? Hannah. Yeah, all these people are on here. We're so glad you joined us. But I'm super excited for the game that we're going to play tonight. This was kind of like normally do like an interactive game where you can comment
crappy
with
on
it
my
to comment something and kind of do something. But this was like a premeditated game. Right?
Yeah, so if you guys were on our Instagram, I put on our story. I needed suggestions from you guys. And some of you followed through for me. So we're going to play a little game called What's in the Box. So, like I said, if y'all are on our Instagram story, you were able to comment, give me ideas of what to put in the box, because Pastor Matt doesn't have access to our Highway Student Life account, so he has no idea what you guys suggested.
I do not.
Also, if you were on there, I made a secret video on our story. He didn't even know. He was outside. I was in the house, like, getting stuff together, finding stuff. So you guys already have a leg up. So just kind of another plug. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at Highway Student Life. But let's play this little game. You ready, Pastor Matt?
I'm about as ready as I'll ever be, I think.
So because I'm kind of in charge of this game and my little mind went to work, I did tell him you needed napkins. Did you get some paper towels?
I did, yes. they're
Okay.
down here.
And then I was like, you know what, Pastor Matt, he's probably going to cheat. He's going to do something.
cheating.
So Pastor Matt has a beautiful blindfold. Look at that, guys. Isn't that amazing? Pastor Matt, can you just put that on?
All right.
Wait, my hair is stuck on it. That's weird.
It's all this tape you put on there.
Yeah, I tried. It was a very last minute idea. I was like, this has to. Look. In case you thought he couldn't look any sillier.
Yeah, I can't see out of this thing at all.
Oh, good. Okay,
Like,
perfect.
at
Let's
all.
get started then.
Do I have to keep it on right now?
Yep.
I can't
Just-
see it.
just
Hold on,
keep
let me see what people are. Heidi, hi guys. Man, I can't see anything right now. This is
Good.
genuinely terrifying. I have no clue what's going on. Especially the fact that we're live streaming this and anything could happen is just even more terrifying.
So what's gonna happen is you guys can see our box up there. Pastor Matt, I will try to show you because I can't say it because Pastor Matt will get it, and then I'm gonna give him about 10-15 seconds, maybe a little longer, I guess, depending on what it is, to try to figure it out. Okay? Is everybody in? Can we do
I think
this?
so. Well, how many people we got? We got a good amount of people. I think everyone's here. Yeah, I think we're good.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Okay, this first one, I'll sit back down. This first one was, which one should I do? Hannah, I remember Hannah's. This is Hannah Arduini got onto our Instagram account and suggested we put this in the box.
Hannah, I don't trust you. I'm not sure what you put. And we did give some kind of specifications as to, we had to be available for us to get, like, we couldn't get like a python out here. I hope not. Oh man, now terrified. I don't know why I
Okay.
said that.
Pastor Matt, put your hand
I
in the
psyched
box
myself
and
out.
find guess what's in the box.
All right, let's see. My nose itches. I can't scratch it with these big old googly eyes on me. Where's the? All right, here it is. I really don't want to do this, but I'm in. All right. Please don't be wet. What is that? What in the world? Oh, it's a football. Is that a football?
It is a football. Winner,
Oh,
winner,
yes.
chicken
What
dinner.
kind of football is that? That's a tiny football.
It
Can
is
I see
our
it?
Louisville Leopards.
Oh yeah, from our first church. Oh, that was terrifying. All right, what's next?
Okay.
I got that one.
so
That was
next.
easy. That was
this
easy.
one was from Keelan.
Oh boy, I really
Keelan.
don't trust this one.
You gave us this one.
All right, Keelan, come on. What do you got for me? Let's see what it is. Please don't bite me. That's why I've seen these before. I know that people put live animals, but our dogs were still at home when I left, so I think I'm okay. I think. And my dogs wouldn't bite me. And, well, maybe if I scared them. You're being very quiet. I don't like it. Let's see.
Okay, Pastor Matt. What is
I
in
really,
the box?
I don't trust you. I gotta put it to do
This is hilarious.
Oh. All right, Keelan. If you put some in here, that's gonna. I really, and there's a lot of stuff that I don't.
Come on, Pastor Matt. Just do it.
In the world. Fabric.
Is it warm or cold?
Nothing. Is it a sock?
It is a sock. Pastor
Whose
Matt, take off
sock
your
is it?
googly eyes real quick. It's my sock,
Oh,
right on my foot.
oh.
He
Oh,
specifically
that's
said
weird.
a smelly sock.
Oh,
Why'd
yeah.
you just sniff your hand?
Because I want to make sure they didn't stink.
You know what you
I need
just
the paper
did.
towels. I need the paper towels for that because that is disgusting. All right, man. I thought you were being too quiet. All right.
I
you
was
got another?
cracking
Oh
up.
no, my eyes falling off. I think I'm just gonna keep them down. No, I can't. Now I'm gonna have one googly eye.
Okay, I think who said this one? Bailey. Bailey said this one. But Bailey, I couldn't do exactly what you said, so I kind of improvised. But you gave me this idea.
Just waiting. This eye's kind of falling off. I'm trying to repair it so that it.
You can't see anything, though, right, Pastor
No, I
Matt?
can't. I can't see it. I got these huge googly eyes. What in the world would I be able to see? What are you putting in there?
You got it? Okay, Pastor
I have a
Matt.
feeling that I'm
Put
good.
your hand in the
that
box.
I'm good at this game, and I'm
Hand
gonna
in the
be able to
box.
guess all of them. Oh boy, that's wet. I don't like.
I can't even
What?
sit
Oh,
down.
I don't want to touch this. It
I'm
feels.
so excited.
It feels like wet hair.
Wet
Oh.
hair. It is not wet hair.
Oh, there's a plate. Oh, I'm trying not to. Oh, I don't want to touch this. What is it?
You guys need to see his face.
Ah.
It's
Oh. What? Is that oatmeal?
It is
Oh, I do not like oatmeal. Ah.
So Bailey said Jello. However, we don't have Jello. at
Oh
home.
my goodness. Can't. Never mind. It
But
smells good.
I had it- yeah, it's, it's
That's not too bad.
apples and cinnamon.
Did you like make it, or
I did, like in the microwave before we
my
came.
eye fell off? All right, Bailey. That was. Oh, please
That was good.
don't do anything else wet. That's all.
Okay.
Liz,
What?
My
Your eye
fault.
fell off.
I have one eye now. Ow!
I don't think it's gonna stay. Okay, Pastor Carol in the children's church graciously, involuntarily borrowed these to the youth, and I didn't want to ruin them by tape or gluing them.
And it was really funny because they only had like the teeniest, tiniest eyes or these
The
giant,
giant
Like,
ones.
there was no in between. It was either really, really tiny or really, really large. All right, let's see. Let's see if I can get it back on here. Oh, my hands smell like oatmeal now. That's disgusting.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah, I mean, it's ready to. I don't think.
Stick
I think
one.
I'm just gonna be
Stick one.
one-eyed.
Okay, this one was from several people, but I really remember Tyler Casta. We kind of talked about this one.
All right. Ugh, there's still oatmeal on my hands.
Hey,
Trying to
Pastor-
think if I could.
Dude, just don't worry about it.
Just trying to think if I could smell it, maybe. But all I smell is this box that I spray painted like half an hour ago.
There you go.
Is it in there?
Yep.
What is that?
Good luck, Pastor Matt.
What is this? I have no idea. And she just left, so I'm really hoping that it feels like toilet paper with poop on it. But I can't. Liz, you gotta come back here. I don't know what I'm putting my hand in.
Okay, Pastor Matt, what is
It
it?
feels like poop in toilet paper.
It feels like poopy toilet paper. It is not poopy toilet paper.
Is it? I don't know what that is. Feels squishy.
It is squishy.
I genuinely don't. It's toilet paper and something.
It is not toilet paper.
It's not toilet paper?
We are in a crisis.
Is it a tissue?
It is a tissue.
A tissue and boogers.
Boogers!
Is it really boogers?
No.
What is it?
It's glue.
Glue?
I didn't have enough boogers, so.
Oh,
go
man.
figure.
Oh, that is disgusting.
Okay,
Oh,
this next one.
goodness. All right.
This next one, I am. Is reverse pirate.
Or-
Okay, this next one was mine. I came up with this one. Are you ready for this?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's go. Let's go. We have technical difficulties. Is there anything in the box? No. It's empty. It's empty. I don't see anything. Hello?
Okay, you ready, Pastor Matt?
Yeah, I'm ready. You just give me
Okay,
my
go.
phone. I really don't want to touch this. There's nothing in there. This is your hair.
I was in the box, guys.
I was like, wait, what is it?
Okay, no, that was last minute.
That was yours?
This is really mine, Pastor Matt. Oh, I should show them. What this is. You guys see it?
Essen, get out of here.
Okay.
Plop down on the floor.
There you go.
Alright. Let's see. Oh, that's cold. I don't want to.
Come on, Pastor Matt, what's in the box?
I don't want to. Oh, that feels similar to the oatmeal, but colder.
Okay.
And if this is what I think it is, I'm going to punch someone.
It is 100% what you think it
It's
is.
cottage cheese. Or either that or cat vomit.
Cottage cheese.
Oh, I don't like cottage cheese. That's just rotten milk.
Y'all, it has been sitting in that bag for a hot second.
It's in a bag? What? I thought it was just on a plate. Oh, that was rough. We got more?
Okay, I forgot who said this one. But this was a student request.
Student request.
Yep.
Is it in there?
Yep.
Let's see. You guys have really. Oh, what is it? What in the world? It's soft.
Okay.
It feels kind of like sand.
Okay.
I don't know where in the world you would have gotten sand.
I went
from,
to Florida and came back.
without me.
It
What
is.
in the?
Did you hear how sad that was? Without me.
What is this?
This
It's
is
not
pretty good.
sugar. This is Is this baking powder?
Oh, you're on the right track.
Baking soda?
Nope. Okay.
Oh, is it powdered sugar?
Nope. Take your fingers out and lick them.
No.
Do it.
That's a weird request.
Do it.
Oh, flour. It's flour.
It is 100%.
Why did I not guess that? That's so obvious.
He's like, I don't know why you licked it. How'd that cottage cheese taste?
No, I didn't get any cottage cheese. I wiped that cottage cheese clean off real quick. All right, we got
Yeah,
more?
whose
Let's keep
idea
going.
was the flour? Somebody comment. I don't know whose that was. Did you guys just already comment?
Hayden. No, Clorox. Who's Clorox?
I don't know who that is.
I don't
guess
know who you are.
I guess I just find it on my Instagram. But okay, this next one was my idea. Pastor Matt, you have your eyes closed?
My eye? Yes. Stop.
I'm going to show you guys the last one. This one's kind of oddly specific.
Oh, good.
So,
All of my senses are messed up right now. All I smell is the spray paint from the box. There's cottage cheese in here.
hey, there you go, Pastor Matt.
I am not doing well right now. Like, this is not. Whoop. Whoop. That feels like a gelatinous cube.
It is not a gelatinous cube.
Nope. What is. Feels like an eyeball. What in the world? Oh. What is this?
This was probably my hardest one. I don't think he was going to get this one.
Feels like a dead bird.
How many dead birds are you touching?
It feels kind of like a cotton ball with peanut butter.
Close. Take your fingers out and smell them. Lick them.
Ow, I don't trust you. I can't. I smell flour. What is it?
Do you give up?
Yes. What is it?
It is cotton balls and Vaseline.
Vaseline.
So we have. I'm gonna show you guys.
Oh,
We had.
there's flour all over me.
We had this giant thing of Vaseline in our cabinet, and I was sitting there and I was like, why do we have this? And I could not figure out. I was like, who needs this much Vaseline? It was from when Arrington dyed Pastor Matt's beard pink.
Yes.
And she put it on his face so it wouldn't like hurt his skin because she's super nice. But I was like, this has gotta go in. So, petroleum jelly, folks.
Goodness gracious.
That's nasty.
How do I know what eyeballs feels like? Don't ask me. I've been places. All right, next. You gotta try that.
Dude, I'm so scared. I don't know what that means. Okay, next one.
All right, keep it going. I just have flour. My senses are all out of whack.
Okay, this one was from Mercedes. This was all her idea.
If this is a mousetrap Mercedes, I will come to your house, and I know where you live because I had to deliver a pizza there. And I will take Liz's dirty sock and I will throw it at your face because that is disgusting. Okay. And this isn't even here. Like, I'm just putting my hand. What in the world? Oh. That's slippery. Is that spaghetti?
It is spaghetti.
Is it just the noodles or all of spaghetti?
It's just the noodles.
Okay. I was like, wait. I thought it was like hair ties at first.
But
I was like, why do we have.
He said it was slippery.
It is slippery.
I know. She asked for extra slimy.
Oh, that was slimy. Ooh, that was gross. Gross,
Okay,
gross,
Pastor Matt.
gross.
Okay, one more, two more, three more.
3 more. We still got 3 more.
Okay.
I'm doing pretty good though. I couldn't get the Vaseline and eyeball one. That's not my fault.
Okay, Pastor Matt, go ahead and try.
Can I sniff it first?
Sure.
Well, it smells spray paint, so that doesn't really help. What in the world? Ooh. What's that? It feels like a melted Tootsie Roll.
No.
Like it's soft, but it's cold.
What could it be?
I'm trying to think.
You need to turn your face so they can see your facial expressions. They're killing me.
I really. Oh, is it Play-Doh?
It is
It is
Play-Doh.
I should have known that. Addison loves Play-Doh.
She does, so don't say it too loud. Oh, she just looked up.
I'm gonna bring that to her. Maybe she'll.
She's chilling with us. You guys didn't notice.
All right, let's see what's that. You guys, these are some pretty good ones.
Okay, it's our last one.
But is it really-
No, I have two more.
I thought you said you had 2 more.
I have two more.
Let's see.
Oh. There you go, Pastor Matt.
You said bleh.
What's
So,
in the box?
I don't.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
That's a plate. It's a paper plate. Am I right?
Yep.
I don't know. Whoop! Touch something. What in the? What is this? What in? What did you put in here? Soft. Squeezable.
Soft and squeezable. Me.
Is it?
I'm in the
Feels
box.
like it feels like the Play-Doh did. Like it feels just like Play-Doh. What is it?
You gotta guess, dude. You
Oh,
got-
is it Oh, what is it? A cheese stick?
It is a
Colby
cheese
Jack cheese
stick.
stick?
It is.
It threw me off because it was square. Cheese sticks are supposed to be cylindrical, but Addison likes the fancy cheese. No, you like the fancy
I like
cheese
the fancy-
sticks.
So fun fact, Addison had this before we left, and she was just carrying it around like she didn't want to open it or anything, so it's like slightly warm, and I was like, I'm not putting
that
that.
threw me off too. Like it wasn't like.
I know. I was
cold.
like, I'm not putting this back in the fridge, and I was like, we're putting it in the box. Last one.
All right, we got one more. This is still too quiet for me. I
Okay.
don't trust it.
There you go.
Last
What's
one.
in the box?
What's it? Ooh, is that even in it? Ooh, that is very liquidy. I can't even touch anything. Ooh, I'm afraid to smell this one. Like I don't know what this is. It better not be mustard. Is it
Oh,
mustard?
Bailey, that's where I'm getting that song from. Out of the box.
Yeah, I knew that. Is it
yeah.
mustard?
It is not
Ooh,
mustard.
I smell this. I smell something. What is that smell? I think I'm still smelling the.
Yeah, I don't know what you're smelling, Pastor Matt.
Is it ketchup?
No.
Maybe warm ketchup.
Nope.
What is this feeling? Is it nail polish? Oh, I hope it's not nail
It
polish.
is not nail polish.
That would be
I was
awful.
gonna do
That
paint.
would be so mean.
I was gonna do
Yeah,
paint,
it feels kind
but
of
I felt bad.
paint.
This one's
maple
hard.
syrup. Is it maple syrup?
Nope.
No, that's not sticky.
Okay, take your hand out and smell it.
I don't like
Don't.
when you did that.
Yeah.
Oh, that smells so familiar.
It should.
Is it lotion? Baby lotion?
Close.
Baby oil?
Baby
Baby-
oil.
Ah.
It was baby oil.
Someone said baby oil, or was that yours?
That was mine.
I was gonna say, there's really no one that someone said. All right, is that all of them? Can I take
That
these
is
off
all of them. Pastor Matt, you got them all right. That's not even
now? No,
fun.
I didn't get the.
Oh, the eyeballs.
The Vaseline
Didn't get the
one?
eyeballs.
Oh my goodness! Now I am covered in baby lotion. Oh.
I think Pastor Matt needs to go wash his dirty, nasty
Yeah,
hands.
this is disgusting.
For the,
Y'all are evil.
this was his idea.
It was not my idea.
It wasn't. It was
It
mine.
was your idea. What are you
Someone
talking
said in the
about?
comments above it, like, Liz, you're enjoying this too much. You're right.
Ugh.
You're 100% correct.
Yeah, now my hands all gross. And, oh my goodness.
I'm just happy. I just have like permanent smile on my face. We should do this next week.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna grab something for Liz to put in there, but I forgot because she didn't have to put on the blindfold and put her hand in anything else. Oh man, now my hands are gonna stink. Like, where did you get baby? Where we have baby oil still?
I just found it in the house.
It's an odd thing.
I went to the bathroom and I was like, what's in here?
Like on a plate? How would they know that's what that was?
I gave him the bottle too.
Oh, the bottle. That makes sense.
Don't worry, Pastor Matt. I'm smart.
All right, let's put this. Oh man.
It was like specifically baby oil lotion, so it's like extra thick and nasty. Fun fact: the bottle's still full, so we actually never used it. Okay, so yeah,
I really feel like I need to
go take a
wash
shower.
my. Yeah, I feel like I need to shower because of touching all this strange items that I put my hands in. It really is like, I wish you could just smell what it smells like in here, because it is a mixture of spray paint. It's a mixture of I don't even know, flour, Vaseline, oatmeal, everything. Oh, it is just, oh my goodness, that is gross. Oh my goodness. Oh, that is bad. Thank you guys for helping me go through that torturous event by myself. That is not.
It was great.
Yeah, please get that away from me. I'm gonna move Scott back in his rightful position, where he belongs. But all right, we're gonna move some stuff around real quick. Let's see if I can do this without.
So now that you guys know it, I just want to see if you guys have anything else that you would want. Like, now that you kind of understood the idea, what are some other good things
That I should have put my hand.
that we
in.
yeah that we
Yes.
should have done?
All right, I'm gonna go wash my hand real quick.
Oh, you're gonna go wash your hand, and I'm gonna figure out who else said the flower one. I can't remember. Let me look it up right now. Actually, Highway Student Life. Go to our story. If you guys haven't been on Instagram, make sure you go and check it. We have a Highway Student Life bingo. So there's see how many things that you guys have done in relation to our Highway Student Life. One of them, I think it's hilarious. Pretended you had a beard because you missed Pastor Matt. Like, come on, guys. Don't tell me you haven't done the whole. Hey, guys. My name's Pastor Matt. I'm so excited to be here. Does that mean he's not here? I can't make fun of him when he's not here. But go check that out. Okay, here it is. Oh, Nathan said a dog tag. I'm sorry, I don't have dog tags. Like, I don't know. I'm sorry. Ashlyn, you said flower. That was a good one. So Ashlyn must be Clorox, because Clorox was the one that said, I'm the one that put it on there. Oh, ice cream. That would have been a good one. Should have done a Slim Jim.
Slim Jim. I thought something earlier that's like Slim Jim supports all body types, so they're making
A Tubby Jim?
a Tubby Jim. I thought it was really.
I would support
Really
the
fun.
Tubby Jim.
Chocolate syrup, ice cream.
Oh, I
great
was gonna
stuff.
do that Hershey's chocolate syrup. Okay, we don't have Hershey's chocolate syrup. We had what is it? Oh, caramel. But I couldn't waste my caramel. Actually, not gonna lie to you. Oh, so Pastor Matt went and bought that caramel for me because we went. Have you guys seen that whipped coffee? Like it's like taken over the internet. So of course I had to try it. So I did it had the whipped coffee, and I've seen like some people, and I don't like coffee, so it was like a huge, like, should I actually do this type of thing? So I took the caramel. I was like, man, yeah, they got it caramel too. And I like put it in the cup, like all fancy. I felt like a barista. It was beautiful. And so I went to go open the caramel. Fun fact, we live on planet Earth and it has gravity, because I opened it and I opened it like upside down and it all goes everywhere. And I was like, man, man. And so I'm sticky and then slimy. It was not good.
A pineapple? Where in the world?
Like a whole dang pineapple?
That would have poked me. That would have hurt.
That actually would have been a good one.
All right, so thank you guys so much for playing. I still have flour everywhere. I'm still emotionally traumatized because of all this stuff. That was scary, but I think we made it.
You made it.
We'll have to play again when this is over and we can actually go out and get more things. 'Cause it was hard.
Or no. It's when we're back in here and y'all are in here.
Yes, I'm gonna make you do it.
And have you guys.
I'm gonna put this big old googly eye on your head and see how it feels to you. Because I felt like what did Marquis say? A one-eyed pirate?
No, what's that one thing? Mike Wazowski. You were 100% Mike Wazowski.
Mike Wazowski. Oh, yeah, like in Mike Wazowski. Is that what he says? All right, so we're going to rearrange here real quick. To do this, I'm going to mute this in just 1 second so I can move this safely. And then we will go from here. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. All right, and we're back. That's all we had to do. We had to get that out of here so we could kind of be. But thank you so much for all who are streaming and watching right now. Obviously, we are desperately missing you guys. Thank you so much to all who came out yesterday to our Zoom game night. It was a lot of fun. It was probably the most fun that we've had. We played a little bit of Quiplash on there, but then we did some interesting stuff. I had everyone bring me. We did a competition who had the fanciest toilet paper, so everyone had to go to their bathroom and find the toilet paper.
Who had the fanciest?
I think
it's not us.
It was not us. We had some off-brand stuff.
Yeah,
because it was the only thing real. Usually I get Angel Soft, which is like, as I've said before, is medium. Like it's like the low medium end, like not the nice stuff. I think it was Tyler Casto. He said he had Charmin, but he didn't have anything to back it up. So, and I think that the services had Scott.
Are we saying that Charmin is the top of the top?
I think so. I don't know. Like Charmin Ultra Soft has to be.
Oh, I'm 100% doing a bracket on this. Be on our Instagram. You guys need to fill in our bracket.
I don't think it's as much of opinion as much of price. Like, I feel like the more expensive toilet paper, the better it is. Like, that's just what it is. Like
the Great Value Cocoa Pebbles are so much better than regular Cocoa Pebbles. Fight me on that one. And they're cheaper. So
someone who had the giant Tyler
Connell
had a huge package of toilet paper. Like, and I'm pretty sure he just lives with his mom. I was like, why do you need all the toilet paper? But I guess they're going to the
toilet paper.
Yeah, apparently. But thank you so much. We're definitely just. I think I mentioned to him last night. The next thing we're gonna do is a Netflix watch party. We're gonna get that scheduled and get that on thing for you. But we want to keep you updated with everything that's going on here at Highway Student Life and everything that's happening, so that you guys know what's going on and that you're connected and can stay involved. Obviously, the best ways to connect with us are on Instagram. Highway Student Life. I know we posted. Did you put the bingo picture on there?
I did. We already talked about that one when I made fun of you.
Oh, that was not nice. Well, we put a bingo, Highway Student Life bingo on there, so make sure you fill that out. Share it to your story. Just a lot of fun to hang out. You've seen those going around. We want to do a Highway Student Life one. We will also have YouTube. We'll be posting some more videos on here, doing some more live stuff starting next week. And then what else? Oh, Remind, our text app. So text 81010. Text at Highway SL. That's the best way. I think we've gotten like 5 or 10 new people to that. And it really is helpful to you guys. We'll send out messages and stuff about what's going on and everything that's happening with everything going on. So that is the best way to stay involved in everything that's happening and what's going on.
Yep. Oh, I want to say something. I can't read your handwriting, Pastor Matt.
The gift card giveaway.
Oh, yeah, our giveaway. You guys should see his handwriting. Oof. Anyways, so just recently in Highway Student Life, we had Katie. She got a pizza delivered to your house. Mm-hmm. Mercedes got one for our United service. And now we're going to send one out this week. Is if you guys, should we just send out the pizza or just do the gift card?
Gift card.
Oh, okay.
Not this week. Like at the end, we're doing that.
Oh, okay. Going back into our gift card giveaway is if you guys take a screenshot Ready, Pastor Matt? Ready? Screenshot.
Yes. That was awful.
Take a
Don't
screenshot.
that.
Take a screenshot and put it on your story. Do a boomerang, whatever it may be, and you'll be entered in to win a gift card that week that we come back. So far, there are some people that have done it every single week, so
Yeah,
their names
they've
are
got
in
a
there.
good
Three
chance.
times already?
Yeah.
So make sure you guys do that. Tag us in it. It's super easy. I don't know why you wouldn't do it.
Yeah, it's just take a screenshot, put it in the story, tag us in it, and win a $50 gift card. Like
$50. I didn't know it was $50.
Yep, $50 gift card at the end of this is over.
Can I be
you will
entered?
No, because you didn't do it.
I have been doing
Oh
it.
yeah, I'm not on Instagram right now, so I don't really know. But yeah, do those things. I want you to right now. Liz mentioned a toilet paper bracket off. I want you to comment right now what you think the top. Like we were having a little bit of disagreement. What you think the top tier toilet paper brand is? Right. Comment right now what you think.
All I know is the Bears.
Well, there's Charmin, there's Angel Soft, there's Scott. Scott's definitely not the top. That's what my parents used growing up. It's got the best value per roll, but it's also kind of like sandpaper. There's what other toilet paper brands are there? I don't even know. There's a lot of them. So comment your thing, and then we'll put all of those comments into a bracket, and you guys can guess and do all that stuff. So also something cool that's going to be happening starting next either Sunday or Monday. We're going to be sending out a Student Life weekly schedule. So it's going to have everything from Monday to Friday, all the stuff that we're doing.
How are we setting it up?
On it. So we'll be putting on our Instagram and our Remind. It'll be a picture, and it'll just have what we're doing on Monday and what time, and then all the way through Friday. So this is going to be a great way so you can kind of look back at it, save it to your phone, take a screenshot of it, and say, all right, Monday at this time, Pastor Matt's going to do a devotion. This time we're going to have a game night. And that'll kind of keep you guys updated to look at a look ahead about what's going on and what's happening. So we're super excited for that. So be on the lookout in our Instagram. We're going to be putting on there probably either Saturday or Sunday, but getting involved and doing things like that for that. And then lastly, we also have this Sunday is our Easter Sunday service type thing.
How many of you guys have seen the news lately?
Yes.
You might have seen a big church on there and maybe Pastor Gary Gray. That is
True.
our pastor here at Highway Tabernacle. And what they just announced is that we are going to be having a drive-in
service.
Easter service. How amazing is that? So come with your parents. It's super easy. Just say, come on, we're going to get in the car. You're going to come to church. They're going to get you parked safely away from other cars. You're just going to be able to turn on your radio and be able to hear Pastor Gary have worship. And it's in there. How great is this? You get out of your house. You get to go worship Jesus. You get to hear a great message like, let's celebrate Easter, because I know I got Addison a cute Easter dress, and I'm ready to put her in it to drive to church and watch our Easter service.
Yeah, so this is just a really unique way. So we're going to have a big, huge LED screen truck that's going to be like a billboard size TV. That's going to be, we're doing live worship inside. It's going to go straight to the TV, and then Pastor Gary is going to preach outside. And everyone gets to stay in their car, but you kind of get to say, I'll be outside waving to you, so come pull up 6 feet away from me. And don't roll your window down and say hi. Just stay safe. But it's going to be a lot of fun. So this Sunday at 10 a.m., it's a really good way to celebrate Easter.
I just thought about this. I could be eating snacks during church.
You could.
I mean, let's not act like I haven't done that before, sitting there in the front. And y'all know. When was it last time? I was eating like a bag of cookies.
Yeah. Yeah.
But now.
Pretty sure I've eaten in church.
Dude, I could have snacks. I am ready for this now.
Yeah. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And really get you guys involved. So
come hang out.
Yeah, come hang out in our Easter Sunday. Trying to think of anything else. We miss you guys.
Hey,
desperately. Yesterday, and the Zoom call was fun. We want to keep you connected with that. But even more so with everything going on, it's more important for us to connect and engage as a Highway Student Life family and really just hang out. So make sure that you guys.
That's illegal, Andrew. No, it's not. Snacks.
It's not illegal.
Snacks.
I thought he was talking about the driving service. I was like, we got permission.
Look, Tyler knows.
He was talking about
Pop-Tarts.
Pop-Tarts.
Yes.
Yeah, Tyler's going to be eating Pop-Tarts. I know for sure.
Which is hashtag hot fudge. The hot fudge are amazing. They're the classic. I can lay back on those. No.
Just hot fudge?
Just the chocolate ones. There's a good classic Pop-Tart. They're the best in the toaster. But if I just want a nice little snack and I don't want to put it in the toaster, it's the hot fudge sundaes. Those are great. The fruit Pop-Tarts. They can get out of there.
I didn't know you cared this
much about
Pop-Tarts.
The brown sugar Pop-Tarts.
I've never seen her eat a Pop-Tart. Fun fact.
I ate one yesterday. It's because all we have is the
Never.
hot fudge sundae ones. So
I know we really Addison eats the strawberry ones and the other stuff, but I like strawberry. But I just
No.
don't eat Pop-Tarts.
okay, I got
don't know.
totally off track.
Yeah. I'll make it legal. That's right. But thank you so much for just hanging out with us here and all the stuff that's going on. Can't think of any other announcements that we have. Can you? No? Googly eyes. No, so make sure you stay connected on Instagram. Let us know what you guys want to
This
see.
is the
what you want
size
us
of my
to do.
face.
And
Sorry.
it's a big Google eye. So make sure you let us know what you want to see happen and what you want to do. We'll do some stuff. Oh, our Scott T-shirt challenge. So we have not put that out yet. We will very soon. We're going to give you a week to do it. And what that is if you do our challenge, some of you guys saw, I think 2 weeks ago, I completed your, well, you didn't make it a challenge. You just wanted me to do a handstand, but I made it into a challenge. And then I challenged you guys to do the handstand challenge. We had a few people do it. But we're going to do another one of those. We're having trouble figuring out what to do, though. That's
Yeah,
the
so
issue.
guys, give me
We
some
wanna make it-
suggestions.
Yes.
I don't know.
What challenge do you want to see happen? We're going to be doing one, and then whoever does it and posts it on their Instagram and tags us and all that stuff is going to win one of those Scott's T-shirts. Like, yeah, everyone who does it, that's what we said.
Yeah,
is going
let's
to
do
do it. So we're going to be doing a challenge, so be on the lookout for that. And this is our friend Scott here, so make sure that you stay connected with that.
Bailey, you got a point. You're eating right now. I appreciate that one.
Yeah.
I guess this is church. Like, yeah.
I wish I was
Oh, I'm
eating right
hungry now. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go get some food.
Yeah,
Bye.
I need to eat right now. I'm very, very hungry. But thanks so much for hanging out. So I'm going to transition right now to a time. Unfortunately, we don't have worship tonight, but that's fine. We can still kind of enter into God. So I'm going to pray real quick before we get into this. So once again, I want to encourage you, if you have a paper Bible, grab it. Maybe hopefully you have one in your room or something to take notes on. That will really help. So I'm going to pray, and we're going to get started getting into God's word tonight. Dear Heavenly Father, I thank you so much for the opportunity that we have to join together in this fashion, God. I thank you for the blessings that you've given us, God, for the technology that makes this available for us to meet together in this cool way. And I pray, Lord, that your spirit would just be with us in everything that we say and everything that we do tonight, Lord, that you would receive all the glory, you would receive all the honor. I pray this on your name. Amen. So obviously I want you guys to take notes during this. Get your paper Bible. Because that will help you focus. It will really help you focus. So thank you for joining us. We miss all of you, man. It was so good just to hang out yesterday. I think the Zoom call was a lot of fun just to see your face and kind of interact. And we miss you, but we are there for you. We are still a Highway Student Life family who is always, always there for each other. Contact us, let us know, and things like that. Oh, there's one more thing, Liz. I think I forgot. We're going to be doing something special this week. We need their address. We need your address. This is separate from the Student Life Surprise. So if you don't think we have it, some of you guys have filled out that Highway Student Life card, like if you were new. And if we have that, we have your address. But if you haven't, or you haven't done that in a long time, I might not have your address, and you will want us to have it. So I want you, at the end of this, to DM us on Instagram. Let us know your address. It's not going to be weird. I'm not going to send you spam or anything. But you're going to want to be involved, and we can't do what we want to do unless we have your address. So I almost forgot about that. But anyway, last week we talked about being the light to this world and shining our light to Christ. And I encouraged you to read through Mark chapter 8 last week. So everyone put your hand up right now. If you did that, put your hand up. Hopefully some of you guys, hopefully you did that. But if you didn't, that's totally cool, because I wanted you to do that because that's what I'm going to be. Liz is out here eating cookies right now. Y'all made her hungry, and now she's eating cookies while I'm trying to speak to y'all. Yeah, they're good ones too that we sell in our cafe that will open back up when we ever can meet here. Yeah, obviously we don't know when that's going to happen, but we're excited for it. So I encourage you to read through Mark chapter 8, and hopefully you will do that, because tonight I'm going to look at a specific passage out of Mark chapter 8 that you read, hopefully that you read, and we can kind of look at how we can apply it to our lives. And the goal of this is that, so as you're reading the Bible, you can begin to take things out of it that you can apply to your own life. There's nothing special about the passage that I read and really message and say to you. I obviously believe that God speaks to me, but I also believe that God can speak to you as well. That He can show you things and teach you things and help you out in just unique and cool ways. So that's why we're doing what we're doing. So turn with me to Mark chapter 8 if you've got your Bible with you, your paper Bible, obviously, something to take notes. because if you're on your phone or something, you're going to be getting a Snapchat from someone or a DM, or there's going to be a notification of something going on. You're going to look at it, but if you're taking notes, that might help you kind of focus a little bit better, rather than all the other online stuff, distractions that are going on. Like, I just imagine some of you guys are watching this right now, and you have siblings, and like they're just screaming at each other. And you're like listening to me talk, and I'm just being all this calm, and then it's like a WWE match that you have going on downstairs, and you're like, I think Avery yesterday rolled over, like she was like laying in her bed during the Zoom night, and like she rolled over and was like, shut up, like she just completely like yelled at her siblings to be quiet, and it was the greatest thing ever. But there's a lot of distractions going on, but we want to focus right now about what's going on. So Mark chapter 8, I'll give you a second. I've given you a second. So when you're there, we're going to begin reading in verse 31. Verse 31. This is out of Mark 8:31. It says, he then began, he being Jesus, to teach them that the Son of Man must suffer many things and be rejected by the elders, the chief priests, and the teachers of the law, and he must be killed and after 3 days rise again. He spoke plainly about this, and Peter took him aside and began to rebuke him. But when Jesus turned and looked at his disciples, he rebuked Peter. Get behind me, Satan, he said. You do not have in mind the concerns of God, but merely human concerns. Then he called the crowd to him along with his disciples and said, whoever wants to be my disciple must deny themselves and take up their cross and follow me. For whoever wants to save their life will lose it, but whoever loses their life for me and for the gospel will save it. What good is it for someone to gain the whole world, yet forfeit their soul? Or what can anyone give in exchange for their soul? If anyone is ashamed of me and my words in this adulterous and sinful generation, the Son of Man will be everything that we say, everything we do, bring glory to you. We love you and praise you. Praise on your name. And everyone said, virtually, amen. So I know during this quarantine time, that time is literally just like a concert. Like, it means nothing. It's just out the window. Half the time, I don't even know what day it is. And I'm sure you feel probably the same. Like, today, we were at church working. Like, I woke up late today because that thunderstorm last night kept us all up for a while. So I woke up late, and I go into church, and I'm like, oh, man, it's like 11. Like, I got to figure out what to eat soon. It was like 12:45, or it was like 1:30. I was like, what? How is it already 1:30? Like, I feel like I just woke up. I guess I did woke up late. But all that being said, hopefully you're aware that this week is Holy Week in preparation for Easter, right? As Christians, Easter is kind of one of our favorite times because we are able to celebrate the incredible work that Jesus did on the cross and the incredible miracle that was his resurrection 3 days later. But here in Mark, we actually see Jesus actually pretelling his death that was about to come. And then we read another passage about denying ourselves to follow him. And we're going to look at both of those passages together just briefly, kind of combining them together to really find out what God is saying to us during this time. So if you weren't aware yet, this is Easter week. Now you are. Now you know. And that means something really important to us as followers of Jesus Christ. It's so important because without the death and resurrection, we wouldn't have this intimate relationship that we can have with God today. So I'm going to encourage you to read another chapter out of Mark at the end of this message. I'm going to give you, just like I did Mark chapter 8, I'm going to give you another chapter at the end of this message. But I really want to encourage you to read and reflect this week on what really happened to Jesus and what it means to our lives as Christians. So I want you to take some time this week, aside from what I'm telling you to do out of Mark, but to read the crucifixion and resurrection story of Jesus out of the Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. They all tell about it in some way, shape, or form. But find one, read it, because it can really affect how you view Easter and how we do everything that we do. But right now, I want to look at just 3 things that we can take away from these passages that we just read. 3 things. Like, I read this passage, and I prayed about it. I said, God, what can I take from my life? What can you speak to these things that you can take out? So the first thing that you can write down in your notes, the first thing that we can take away is that God has a plan. So in verse 31, he says, he then began to teach them that the Son of Man must suffer things and be rejected by the elders, the chief priests, and the teachers of the law, and he must be killed and after 3 days rise again. He spoke plainly about this, and Peter took him aside and began to rebuke him. But when Jesus turned and looked at his disciples, he rebuked Peter. And he said, get behind me, Satan. He said, you do not have the concerns of God, but merely human concerns. So this is Jesus talking well before his crucifixion happened. And obviously, it was kind of shocking to his disciples. You see, his disciples at the time and the people at the time thought that the Messiah wasn't supposed to die on a cross and be rejected, right? Like he says, like, I'll be crucified, I'll be rejected by all of these official, religious people. Like, they didn't think that he was supposed to happen. He was supposed to come and overthrow the Roman government and restore God's people to power. So when Jesus is talking here to his disciples and to religious people of the day, it was kind of a shock. It was kind of contradictory to probably what the disciples had been taught their entire lives. Peter, we read in here, even went so far as to tell Jesus, the Son of God, who he knew was the Son of God, to tell him that he was wrong. Think about that for a second. He told Jesus that Jesus was wrong. And Jesus just straight up like, no, you don't know what God has him for. But even through all of the craziness, that happened at the end of Jesus' life, God had a plan for all of it from the very beginning. Right? Like, that's what we can focus on here. Like, Jesus is talking and he's telling his disciples that these things must happen because God had a plan for it to happen. Right? It wasn't just because that's what they thought was best, or Jesus thought that would get him in power, all those different things. He was saying these things because that was the plan that God had. And when our lives are unpredictable and crazy, it's important for us to remember who holds our life in their hands. And that's Jesus. See, God had a plan for Jesus. He had a plan for his life. He knew the death and the resurrection and all the miracles that he was going to happen and the change that it would bring. And God has a plan for you. I can promise you that. You can trust in that. Even when things seem crazy, even when the world is going crazy and buying all of the toilet paper possible, right? Like, even when things just seem so out of whack and so crazy, God still has a plan. He's not surprised by anything. He has a plan. He had a plan for Jesus, and thankfully that plan brought us salvation. And that plan was a great plan so that we can be in relationship with him. But for our own lives, we need to remember that if God had a plan for Jesus, he has a plan for us, because Jesus was his son and you are his son, his daughter. We are a part of the kingdom of God, and he has a plan for us. That's the first thing. The second thing is that plan isn't always what we want. Jesus then starts talking. It says, then he called the crowd to him along with his disciples and said, whoever wants to be my follower, my disciple, must deny themselves and take up their cross and follow me. For whoever wants to save their life will lose it. But whoever loses their life for me and for the gospel will save it. So Jesus continues, and he's talking to his disciples. This was on a separate occasion. It's in separate parts of the message. But he's talking to his disciples and his followers about what it means to really be a disciple of Christ. And I wish I had more time to go into this. This is a passage that I could preach on for weeks at a time. But I really just want to get the fact tonight and just focus on one part of it, is that the plan isn't always what we want. As I said before, the disciples thought that Jesus would be a king. They like King David was. They thought that he would come and overthrow the Roman government and restore God's people, and that he would be the king, and they would reign in power and all this thing, a ruler that would restore power. And that would mean for his disciples, who are his close confidants, his close people, that they would be in power as well, right? Like, if you're close to someone, like your best friends, you follow them around and then they become really, powerful and they reign, like, you probably have a really good connection, right? Like, they probably thought that they'd be in power as well. But that wasn't the case of what was happening. Jesus clearly said that if you want to be his disciple, that they must actually deny themselves and take up their cross and follow him. That means that they need to lay down their lives to put everything else aside to follow him. That probably wasn't what they were expecting to hear, but it was what they needed to hear. See, sometimes what God has for us isn't exactly what we expect. See, we want to be important and we want to have things go our way, but that's not always what happens. That doesn't mean that our life will be terrible, that we have to just live this awful life. It just means that the way to what Jesus has for us might look different than what we think. Right? Like I can't tell you about how many times that I've planned my own life and what I thought it should look like and what I thought it should be. And now looking back, even as just a kind of a young man who's just started a family, I can see all those times where I thought, this would happen, that God kind of redirected it and it was completely different than I thought, but it was completely better than what I thought. Right? Like where I'm at and what I'm doing and everything that I had planned for my life just went out the window, and God said, all right, here, this is better for you. So sometimes as Christians, we get caught up in thinking, well, God has this moment, like I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this. And maybe that's not what God has. Maybe it's not, a position of importance or power, all those different, not saying that it can't be, but it might not be. It might not look the same way that we think it will. It might not look the same way that we want it to be, but that doesn't mean it's a bad thing, because the last thing that we can learn from this is that God's plan for you is the best plan. He continues and he says, what good is it for someone to gain the whole world yet forfeit their soul? Or what can anyone give in exchange for their soul? If anyone is ashamed of me and my words in this adulterous and sinful generation, the Son of Man will be ashamed of him when he comes in his Father's glory with the holy angels. So we know that God always has a plan, and that plan might look different than what you want it to look like, but we can also, important for us to know, is that the plan that God does have for you is the best plan. See, Jesus calls us to a higher standard, to deny ourselves and the things of this world and go after Jesus with everything. See, in a culture that's so obsessed with what's best for me and having it my way and everything catered to my choices and TV, you can pick out specific channels that you want now and you can have everything customized to you. Like you can go on Etsy and you can literally have the weirdest name engraved on anything and they'll do it for you, right? Like everything is I want, but what Jesus wants. But that's what we need to realize. Because the truth is, God knows our lives and our plans and the things he has for us better than we know ourselves. As I said before, there's so many times in my life where I've looked back and I thought of what I wanted to happen and what actually happened. And what actually happened was what God wanted to happen. And it was so much better than what I wanted to happen. Right? Like in this craziness and the things that we have, and we say, God, what do you want? Then we start to become more like Jesus. And then we get to be more like him. So let me ask you a question. When's the last time that you, during this quarantine time, when you've been stuck at home all of this time, when's the last time that you denied yourself? Right? Like when's the last time that you had this selfish thought or this thing and God was telling you maybe you should read your Bible, maybe you should pray, but you went with what you wanted to do. Right? Like that's what being a Christian, and it's not in a bad way like, oh, your life is terrible and you can never do what you want to do. That's not it at all. God can give us passions and desires and things to follow. Like I'm in youth ministry because I love youth ministry. I'm not here because God made me do it. I'm here because he gave me a passion for it. Right? So like God can work those things, but also at times it takes time to deny ourselves, to let go of the things that this world is trying to push on us and let go of the things that this world said we should be and how we should act and not be ashamed of Jesus, but take a stand for him. So God has a plan. In everything, in all the chaos, he knows what's going on. That plan might not be what we want it to be. It might not look like we want it, but at the end, it's going to be best for us in the long run, right? Like we get to see God in his kingdom and becoming more like him is really the goal and the end of everything that we do. So I want to encourage you this week and this month and everything that's happening and everything that's going on. I want to encourage you to go after Jesus a little bit more. To really think about how you're living your life. Are you just living your life in the exact way that you want it and set out your own plans? Maybe it's time to take a step back and say, God, what do you want for my life? God, what do you want to see happen? What do you want to change? And what do you want to have happen? And who do you want me to reach out to? Who do you want me to talk to? Who do you want me to minister to? Maybe it's a neighbor. Maybe it's a friend. Maybe it's things like that. Like there's so many different things that we can look at and say, God, what do you want for me? What do you want from your life? So I encourage you to go deeper, to go further, to deny ourselves and get closer to Jesus. So I'm going to pray and close, but I want to challenge you and I want to encourage you. Really think about what God is saying to you. And we all read this passage, hopefully. This is just something simple that we can say, God, really, man, am I living for myself, or am I picking up your cross daily and following you? Am I doing what I want, or am I following after who you've called me to be and what you've called me to do? Dear Heavenly Father, I thank you so much for the opportunity that we have to join in this unique way. God, I pray, Lord, that your Spirit would just be with us. Lord, that you would just help us to really focus rather on what we want, God, but focus on what you have for us, because we know, Jesus, that you have a plan. God, we know that that plan is better than what we could come up with ourselves. So I pray, Lord, that you would just help us to deny ourselves, to take ourselves away and say, God, what do you have for us? God, I pray for opportunities to reach our friends and our community and our neighbors during this time. I pray, Lord, that your Spirit would just be so upon our students, Lord, they would just see incredible things happen during this time. God, we thank you and we praise you for all that you've done, all that you're going to continue to do, Jesus. Pray this all in your name. Amen. Amen. Thank you guys so much for hanging out and staying with us. Don't get off yet. We're still going to hang out for a second and kind of say, hi, Edison. She's like, who am I saying hi to? There's no one here. Who's out there? No one? No one's out there. We're just talking to a camera. That's crazy.
Look, there's here on the screen.
But as I said before, be on the lookout for Monday. Yeah, we're going to be coming out with a calendar. And let us know what you guys want to see happen. Let us know what you guys want to have. If these are beneficial to you, if you think like, hey, man, I check out after the game, let us know. We want to be as effective to you as possible. And unfortunately, it is a me generation, so we want to do what's best for you to be able to share this with your friends. Obviously, share the stream and everything with what's happening, with what's going on. So we want to make sure that you are, have the best opportunity that you have to reach those around you. You got your Play-Doh?
She's got her Play-Doh.
Yeah, you want your Play-Doh? Daddy had to touch that in a box.
Don't put it on the couch.
I thought that it was, what did I think that was?
I don't know, you said clay.
No, I think I said poop or something. I don't even know what I said.
I don't know. It was a long day.
Yeah, it was a long day.
I needed something to put.
But once again, give us your address on Instagram. If you don't have it, if you haven't filled out that card lately, make sure that you fill it out. Or send us something, because we've got a special thing that we're going to be doing here in a little bit.
Like a few days from now. So
yes,
make sure you do it
tonight.
now.
You got to do it tonight. Tell your friends. You all right there? Taking out your anger? Maybe next week we'll just have Play-Doh time with Addison. Would you guys rather have that than listen to me talk?
Y'all, you know they're going to say yes.
Addison, would you rather play with Play-Doh than listen to Daddy talk? You want to listen to Daddy talk? Or do you want to play with Play-Doh? Yeah, you want to play with Play-Doh. That's a big old lie. What are you making? What are you making? But it would kind of might get boring after 5 minutes, because the only thing she makes are sandwiches. What are you making?
She's like, how y'all call me out like that?
What are you making, Addison?
Addison, say it loud. What are you making?
Sandwich. That's all she makes. She just squishes them together and makes it. Sometimes we make a snake or things like that. So hopefully that you guys can watch and hang out with us. But thank you so much. Am I missing anything?
Nope.
I don't think so.
Instagram, Rindap. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. I know it can be sometimes mundane just sitting there looking at your screen and stuff, but know that we are thinking about you, and
for the
we
right
cannot
now,
wait to get back.
Yeah, for right now, this is the best that we have. This is the only
it's great.
option.
So make sure you guys stay home, stay safe, and stay clean, right?
Yes.
Wash your hands.
Stay clean. Yeah.
What's your tagline?
Oh yes. Unlike the toilet paper, we will never run out on you. Our love for you will never run out. That's what it is. So we're gonna be putting out a challenge tomorrow. We want to make you don't wave me off. We're gonna be putting out a challenge tomorrow. Make sure that you follow it. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. But thank you guys. We love you. We will see you next week. All right.
Yep.
Bye, guys.